Well, if you're a fan of DC films, you know that they often announce movies and then they seem to just disappear into the ether. One of those films announced almost 10 years ago was Sonnenfeld's Metal Men, and it appears we finally have an update on the film and what is going on with its development. So let's take a couple minutes to dive in. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, don't forget about the big giveaway. We got a PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, check out that Buy Me a Coffee link down below. It's a spectacular way to support this channel with just a tiny bit of pocket change, all by creating no new obligations for yourself. We really appreciate it. Well, like I was saying, Warner Brothers and DC Films is pretty well known for announcing projects and then them seemingly disappearing into the ether. One of these projects back in 2012 was Sonnenfeld's Metal Men. Now, if you don't know who he is, the director himself has found pretty big success with franchises like Men in Black and The Addams Family. Now, The Addams Family is actually getting a digital 4K HD release coming up in just a few days. And this has put the director in interview mode. Now, recently he was talking to comicbookmovie.com, and they actually asked him about 2012's Metal Men announcement. And his answer was very interesting. This is what he said. You know, it's funny because I am developing Metal Men with Warner Brothers and we're actively working on a treatment for that. For me, it's not so much a superhero thing as it is world building. If you look at the work I've done, whether it's The Addams Family, Men in Black, Pushing Daisies, Dune, or series of unfortunate events, it's all about creating a world. And usually, slightly off-kilter, quirky, different kind of world. That's what I love doing. It's not specifically necessarily superheroes, but even in Metal Men that I am developing, it's going to be a very specific kind of world. It's a real world because I always like things to be reality-based, but slightly with a tilt to that. It all started with The Addams Family, which is both real, but slightly pushed. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Metal Men, that's perfectly fine. They've been around in DC Comics since 1962. In the comics, they were created by a scientist named Dr. William Magnus, and there are 6 robots. Each robot was created from a single chemical element with qualities that are reflected in their personalities, abilities, and their names. Now, in the comics, they've been reinvented several times over the years. The franchise is pretty old, so there's a ton of material for Sonnenfeld to pull from to put this production together. Quite honestly, with Warner Brothers expanding so much of the DC slate over on HBO Max, we've got the Superman project, Batgirl, and Blue Beetle, this is a project I could totally see finding a home on the streaming service instead of theaters. But we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think? Are you ready to see Metal Men finally brought to life on the screen? And would you prefer an HBO Max series, an HBO Max film, or a theatrical release? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.